What's up, everybody? This video is going to be all about the 5 things I love about living in the greater Philadelphia area and the 5 things that I hate about living in Philadelphia. Hey everybody, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by again. I'm Gregory, your local real estate expert here in the greater Philadelphia area, in Philadelphia City, outside of the city, in the counties, and in South Jersey. We got you covered. Please subscribe to our channel, hit that bell notification. You can call, email, text anytime. We're your local real estate experts. Me and my team are available nights, weekends, all the time. We do answer all communication, so hit that subscribe button, comment down below. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons, talk about what we like, what we don't like, and we'll even give you one that's right down the middle. Let's get into it right now with the 5 things that I love about living in greater Philadelphia area. The city of brotherly love. In and around the area, in the counties, outside the city, we got you covered. So number 5 is all the endless activities that can be done right here in the Philadelphia area. You're only a couple hours from the Jersey Shore, and depending on where you leave from in Philadelphia, you could be in the Jersey Shore in about an hour. You could be in the mountains of the Poconos within about an hour and a half or so. You could be in New York City within a couple of hours. You could be in Delaware, home of tax-free shopping, in about an hour, hour and a half. It's a great spot to be able to drive anywhere within a couple of hours. You can get into the city of Baltimore and be right on the riverfront there. They call it the riverfront, in about an hour and a half. So being in the Philadelphia area, there's a ton of professional sports teams. We got the Philadelphia Eagles for football. We got the Philadelphia Phillies, go Phils, for baseball. We've got the Philadelphia Flyers. We've got professional lacrosse, professional soccer. All the stadiums are right in the city. If you're outside of the city, it's an easy ride to get in. You take the train or drive in the car. There's a ton of other things to do in this area. My wife and kids and I, we love to go exploring all the new neighborhoods and all the different things to do, both inside the city and out. Checking out Center City. Check out our Center City video too. There's all that history. You got Independence Hall, and Liberty Bell, and Ben Franklin. You got the Franklin Institute. You got a lot of cool things in the city, but a lot of great things outside of the city too. With less than a 30-40 minute drive, there's Helicopter Museum. There's bounce places. There's just a ton of stuff to do for kids, for families. There's a lot of free things to do too. It's just endless activities out there. But the other side of that is the con. There's a ton of traffic. A lot of the roads leading in and out of the city, especially the major arteries, are brutal, as you could imagine. But there are a ton of great off streets and little tricks and tips, and we'd be happy to share those with you about how to get inside and out of the city and around the suburbs without having to hit the major arteries. Kelly Drive and Lincoln Drive is one of them. Kelly Drive is a great way to get into the city from the burbs. Beautiful scenery of Boathouse Row, an easy shoot right in. There's also Ridge Pike and Germantown Pike, Ridge Avenue, depending on which way you're coming in. Obviously, there's certain times during the day and certain highways you don't want to take and you do want to take after the morning rush and before the afternoon rush. Those major arteries aren't that bad. Number 4 leads us right into a ton of transit opportunities. You can get in and around the city without having to get into a car. They've got a massive subway system. They've got a bus system. Obviously, we've got some taxis and Uber and Lyft drivers, but you can get around the city too. They've got a great bike share program. If you want to get inside the city from the suburbs, we've got the R5. We did some videos on that on our main line section. You can get in and out of the city without having to take a car either. It's about a 30-40 minute ride depending on where you get in. Takes you right into 30th Street Station, right into Center City, and then you can get around the city by bus, or you can get in and out of the city by bus. The regional rail station will take you in and out of the city and all through the city. The R5 will get you right from the burbs right into the city too. A ton of people using the subway and the regional rail system, and there's a ton of people taking it, and you might think it's kind of dirty or gross or nasty in any way, but they're really nicely kept. They're really maintained well, they're really clean, and they put a lot of money back into servicing and maintaining these systems because they're running 24 hours a day, and it's certainly a necessity, and a lot of people rely on that completely on how to get around and get through, so it's really a nice, clean place to take a ride. Plus, the city is very walkable. Once you get in, you could walk to a ton of different places. You could walk all day shopping and eating at different restaurants and different places, different things to see. Same thing if you're outside in the suburbs, depending on which little towns you go to. Check out some of our videos for that. You can get around walkable. There's a lot of great walkable spots we share with you, but it's easy also to get around. You can ride your bike. There's a lot of scenic trails, Schuylkill Trail. There are a ton of dog parks around too, both in and out of the city. city, you want to take your four-legged friends, those are the spots for you. So the con there, some of the prices have gone up on some of the regional rail systems, but like I said, they put the money right back into it, so it's well worth every penny. For a couple $100 a month, you can get a pass and ride about 100 rides, so it's really manageable for your budget, for any budget. So number 3 pro, number 3 con is the school system. Education. Philadelphia has a massive public school system, but there are a ton of private charter schools that are available too. You are within minutes, less than 20 miles away from the top 3 schools in Pennsylvania. We did a video on those as well. Right outside the city, ready for Easttown, Radnor, and Lower Merion school districts. Within about an hour's ride of Philadelphia, of the city, there are a ton of excellent school districts and a ton of great private schools as well. You've got a lot of great colleges and universities in the city. You got St. Joe's and Drexel. Outside of the city, you got Villanova and Bryn Mawr. You got Eastern. There's a ton outside in the counties as well. You've got some great choices, whether you're going to send your kid to public or private school for sure. Excellent education opportunities. So the con to that, number 3, if you are going to send your kids to private school, it could get a little pricey. The average private school is anywhere between $18,000 and $28,000 per year per child. Some of them give a multi-child discount, so it could get a little pricey, but it's well worth the penny, although we do have some great public schools in the area, so the price could get a little bit pricey there for you. Number 2 pro is the history and the beauty of the greater Philadelphia area. We've got City Hall. We've got Independence Hall, the Declaration of Independence, Declaration, how do you say that? Say that 5 times fast. Declaration of Independence, Liberty Bell, Betsy Ross House. Heck, we got the Betsy Ross Bridge. We got Benjamin Franklin. We got the Ben Franklin Bridge. Got a ton of great history here in Philadelphia. Right in Center City, you could spend days walking within about a 20-30 mile drive, or take the regional rail system outside of the city, about another maybe 30-40 minute train ride, you'd be in Valley Forge Park. It's an excellent area, completely free, tons of history there too, and the mountains of Valley Forge are absolutely stunning. You can see them from the city. From Valley Forge, you can see the city skyline. We got the Schuylkill River, Perkiomen trails, just a ton of great free things to do with natural beauty, and a ton of great cheap things to do for the family with an average point of about $15 to $25 per person. We do cover that in our cost of living video. Check that out. Sightseeing around the city and outside of the city is absolutely impeccable, and it's so much fun to that. But that brings up con number 2, the weather. That's right. We have all 4 seasons here, and we get hammered pretty hard with them. You could start out your morning a little chilly. You got a couple of layers on. You got a shirt, maybe a sweatshirt and a jacket. And by noon, you're cooking. You take off your jacket, maybe you take off your sweater. Definitely dress in layers all the time. We do get hammered pretty hard here in the wintertime. We do get some sleet and snow, although we had a really great winter this year with very limited sleet and snow. In the summertime, it does get humid. So if you're checking out some of those sites, just be ready to wipe the brow or keep yourself cool with a cool drink. Number one pro and con, here we go. Okay, it is all the food and drinks, breweries and wineries that are all around here. There are such a ton of great, unique places inside the city and outside the city. Literally, you could go somewhere to eat or drink every single day for all 3 meals, if you eat 3 times a day, for an entire year and still not capture all the great things that this area has to offer. In fact, I think I could go for a nice meal and maybe a drink right now. So there are a ton of breweries popping up, and there's new breweries coming all the time. Some of them serve food. There's a lot of farm-to-table food eateries. We did some videos on those too. Some of them that don't have the food that they offer, they do have these food trucks come in, which is a great spot. The city offers a lot of food trucks too. There's a lot of great ethnic places around, not just in Center City, but all over the city. Depending on where you are, there's always a ton of great spots, great choices. If you have a place you're thinking of that you're interested in, or maybe you had a question about that, comment that down below. We'll be happy to answer. We do answer all communication. Or you could shoot me a text if you're in the area. I'll be glad to join you. So that number 1 pro is also the number 1 con. Because of all these great places and these walkable and high walkable scores, and a ton of people want to be in these areas, the neighborhood prices and housing prices in those areas have really shot up over the past really 15, 20 years. There's still great times to buy, and there's still an excellent investment opportunity. The house pricing and the cost of living has gone up because of these areas, but again, it's well worth it because we've got a ton of great jobs in this area. We got an excellent healthcare system. We got a ton of great places to work, both in and outside of the city. Is this 1.2 or also 1? Another great pro is all the culture that Philadelphia area has to offer. We are a melting pot of different cultures here. We've got different religions, we've got different foods, we've got different people, we've got different languages. It's just a really cool place. It'll never get old. There are a ton of different people from all walks of life all over the city, South Jersey and outside of the city in the suburbs. It just brings a really unique, eclectic culture right to the greater Philadelphia area. So we got one thing that comes right down the middle. Is it a pro or is it a con? Is even with all this massive culture and all these different walks of life coming together in our melting pot, if you will, in our area, southeastern Pennsylvania, greater Philadelphia area, inside the city, outside the city, in the counties, Montgomery County, Chester County, Delaware County, we got you covered. Even South Jersey, can't forget about you. People give us the disdain of being from Philadelphia and having the attitude. Now, that's not necessarily true. That's not true. Certainly, there are a lot of stereotypes everywhere you go, right? We're from Philly, we're tough, but we care about you. Once you're here, you're like family. So is it true? Yes. But is it not true? No, because we treat everybody the same. The city of brotherly love. Now, but really, it's a great place to live. There's a lot of commonalities, but there are a lot of differences, and that's what brings everybody together. There are a ton of new families living here. We're in the top 10 cities when people are moving that they consider moving to and that they do move to nationally. We get people from all over the country coming here. So there's a second one that's going to go right down the middle is tax. So there's a city wage tax. Obviously, you've got income tax. So inside the city, the sales tax is 8%. Plus you have the city wage tax, but the property taxes are less than they are outside in the counties. So it's kind of a catch-22. It's like, well, I live in the city and I work in the city, so I pay less taxes, or do I? But if you live outside of the city and shop outside of the city, your property taxes are higher, but your sales tax is less. So it goes kind of right down the middle. Honestly, it's all going to even out because depending on where you live, whether you're right in center city or one of the outskirts, South Philly or something, or you're out in the counties, it's going to even out. And we're here to help you make that decision. You let us know what you're looking for and we'll put you in the right spot. We do a ton of great videos about the greater Philadelphia area, both in the city and outside of the city, the suburbs. We cover more than a 60-mile radius around the area. We also cover Jersey, so we'll take care of you wherever you're looking to come to. We go right into the neighborhoods and we dig deep. We shoot a lot of great videos. Please check them out. Please subscribe to our channel, hit that bell notification, and call us, email us, text us anytime. You can holler for us, holler! You can send a carrier pigeon, you can send smoke signals, you can send a telegraph, you can send us a letter. Our mailing address is there. However you want to get in touch, we're here to help. We're glad to do it, and we're your local real estate resource. Thanks for stopping by. See you on the next video.